Good morning, good afternoon, family. Today is April 20th. Happy Resurrection Day. Happy 420. Happy day 47 for Meeski. 47 days. Sun is beaming. My soul is beaming. Thank God for waking me up. Thank God for waking y'all up. Just want to touch on a little something I kind of left out in the last video. I was talking about me being baptized in 2019. It was November 2019. I remember because in that video I spoke about me trying to not do things my way. Honestly, really giving my life to the Lord. Again, this is not a religified post or vlogs or whatever you want to call these things. Everybody has their own beliefs and everything. It's just me, you know. But before that, again, that was November 2019. September 9th, 2019. I did a video a few days ago, and a friend of mine asked. I got this scar right above my left temple. She's like, you lost a squabble? Never. But September 9th, 2019, and back in California, I was in Torrance. I was about to start this brand new job. Everything was looking promising. I was moving closer to my family, my child's mother and my daughter. Day one. Funny, right? Day one. First day of orientation. We're in this big auditorium, and I'm sitting in the front row because I don't want any distractions. I want to hear everything, make sure I soak everything in. So we're 5 minutes into the orientation. 5 minutes. I'm sitting down, and in my mind, I hear a sound, a strange sound I've never really heard before at all. It sounded like zzz, pop. Just like that. I heard the sizzle, then I heard the pop, and then 2 weeks later, I wake up in Torrance Memorial Hospital. What I was told is that I suffered 2 seizures and a brain aneurysm, right? So when I wake up, well, it's a funny thing about that too, but when I wake up, I just remember my dad sitting right there, like in the corner of in the hospital room. I want to say my pastor. I want to say my pastor Hadnot was there too, but I'm not sure. But again, that was 2 weeks later. To me, I was just in a coma for 2 weeks. To me, but in actuality, in reality, some part of my brain, like basically, I was still functioning. I'm not sure I'm not sure how long I was out, but I was getting visitors, and people were like, "Yeah, you don't remember me coming by?" Nope. You don't remember we talked about this? Nope. You don't remember cracking jokes? Nope. Nope. So whatever part of me that was functioning at that time, the conscious part of me has no recollection. So hopefully I didn't say anything crazy or too salacious, but you know, I haven't heard any bad stories. But that kind of reminds me of like how I used to get when I used to, and all of this isn't alcohol related also. This is just like a confession. Really, my bad. This is tapping into what I said the last video about having like second chances and how try not to take advantage of the time that we have, because as long as we have the chances, the opportunities to better ourselves and right our wrongs, or to you know, there's such things as new foundations. To start a new foundation is take advantage. So back to the hospital again. I don't remember for that 2 weeks. I don't remember anything whatsoever. Anything whatsoever. I remember waking up, the doctor checking on me and everything, giving me, you know, these kind of like brain tests. Like he asked me to name as many words that start with P, and I'm not sure if he was clocking me or not, but I was rattling them off. I was like, purple, pink, pump, pneumonia. I was giving him all kind of silent P words, psycho. You know, he was like, oh, this is pretty good. So also, this is not to take lightly anything about aneurysms or anything like that. My oldest nephew, his grandmother, rest in peace, she passed from an aneurysm, so it's definitely nothing to play with. But for me, and I'd already, this is after, I already flew off the 105 freeway in 2006. So the lucky 13 years later, bam, aneurysm, 2 seizures. I'm not epileptic. I don't have seizures at all. Never had seizures. To my knowledge, my clinical Doogie Howser knowledge, it's still not really, you know, there's no concrete evidence about, you know, this causes aneurysms and this is how you prevent them, to my knowledge. Correct me if I'm wrong, please. But I looked at it when I woke up and they told me what happened to me, and then I looked up, because I've never even seen anybody have seizures before. I looked up after I got out the hospital what people look like when they have seizures. It's crazy. It is crazy. I was like, I had 2, but that put me in the focus even more. Again, the switch doesn't flip instantaneously. It doesn't flip automatically, cold turkey, day and night. You know, it still didn't flip, but I really did start to pay attention to, okay, flew off the freeway, thrown from the car, 28 staples in the head, didn't die. Checked myself out the next day. All right. Years later, brain aneurysm. Didn't die. That told me that God definitely has a purpose for me. Don't know what the purpose is, but to keep doing the same things I was doing, that can't be the purpose. You can't keep, you know, this isn't like the movie franchise Final Destination, where you can just like keep shaking and avoiding and dodging death, or not even death per se, but to even be a vegetable or something like that. A vegetable. Getting all tongue twisted, forgive me. Freestyling. But, okay, I start to slow down a little bit. Again, I didn't go cold turkey. I didn't go cold turkey. I was still sipping and tipping. Definitely slowed down, but didn't stop. Didn't stop. Still taking things for granted. Still. A couple of months later, again, this was September 9th. A couple of months later, I want to say like the Sunday after my birthday. That's when I got baptized. But again, piggybacking what I was saying in the last video, y'all. Especially my sis, my bro, everybody else out there. Let's not. All right, one thing I want to say before that, because you know, I'm a 80s baby, and coming up not to say I had it like super rough, definitely not super easy, but it's like the nucleus of guys and brothers that I came up with and was growing up with and hanging out with. A lot of us didn't see living a long life. Like I promised. I remember this. I wrote my first will. I wrote a will when I was about maybe 13 years old, like 12 or 13 years old. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna leave my basketball, my football cards to my cousin. I'm gonna leave this, my toys, stupid stuff. Sorry about that, y'all. Technical difficulties, but yeah, I wrote a didn't see life or expectancy of life really past like 16. Hit the 16 mark. Didn't see expectancy past 21. Hit the 21-year-old mark. Basically, what I'm saying is, for those of us, my brothers out there and my sisters out there, for those of us that did survive the phases or stages in our life when we either we thought we had enemies or we had some real enemies that probably did want to trying to end us, unalive us, as they say nowadays. If we've survived that, the next thing is surviving, taking care of ourselves, taking care of our body. And fast forwarding back to the aneurysm, something you can't plan, you can't foresee. To my knowledge, and again, correct me if I'm wrong, but maybe it's difficult to even prevent. So, all right, no more enemies. Enemies are gone. No more enemies. Now I got to take care of this temple. So, basically, what I'm saying again, just my stories, right? But every day is a new day. I keep saying this because I truly believe it. Every day is a brand new day to be better than we were, better than I was yesterday. To make more of an impact on myself. I'm kind of cocky. Pause. So I would say to impress myself more than I did yesterday or the day before. But basically, really, just like. And again, a lot of things takes growth, maturity, but it's never too late to keep setting goals, no matter what goals they are. Set something that you've never set before. Set a goal that may be unreachable or unattainable, and then reach those goals, climb those mountaintops. A lot of people, I've talked to a couple of people, and they would say, paraphrasing, well, one person really said, like, I feel useless. And that's not like a permanent period of what this person is talking about. Like, oh, I wake up feeling useless, I go to sleep feeling useless. No, it's spurts, or maybe throughout the day, or one day out of a week, or something like that. And that's human nature. I believe we're going to be the first ones to look down on ourselves before anybody else will. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to set new goals. I'm trying to do things that I never thought I could do. This was one of them. Talking to y'all every day. Never thought of it in my life, but y'all have been my therapy. And I love talking to y'all as much as possible. I want to talk to y'all every day, but I don't want to bore y'all, you know. But man, life is beautiful. Life is beautiful. Oh, one other thing about when I was in the hospital, right? So again, it's crazy how the brain works. So whatever conscious of my mind that didn't see or feel anything for that 2 weeks, I didn't, it's hard to explain, but I didn't see or feel anything. There were no dreams. Literally, to me, sitting in the auditorium, heard that sizzle and that pop, and waking up 2 weeks later, it was just like that. There was no time lapse. Is that the right term? But I didn't feel any duration. It was just like that. I looked up death in the Bible, and it says, well, you know, a lot of interpretations, but one of them, I guess that stuck out for me, was it's just a period of sleep, a period of rest until resurrection day. So, and again, a few videos ago, a friend of mine, she described sleep as a form of death, and I can see that a little bit. Damn, I forgot where I was going with this, but to wake up, and I look at that every day now. That's why I say thank God for waking me up, thank God for waking y'all up. It truly is a blessing, man. I promise you, it truly is a blessing. Forget about yesterday. Smash yesterday. What we gonna do today? What we gonna do today, family? We gonna walk around with a chip on our shoulder from yesterday that we can't do anything about, or we gonna throw our armor on, get out there, get ready for battle? It's gonna be a battle. I'm gonna do mine with a smile on my face. Kill him with kindness. Kill him with kindness. But it's probably a lot more to say. But I just wanna, for those of y'all that stayed this while, I know this is a long one, pause. But yeah, you know, don't ever give up. Don't ever give up on anything. Don't give up on yourself. When I was flying off that 105 freeway, holding on to the steering wheel with all my might, you know, they say life flashes before your eyes, and truly, honestly, I saw my daughter, I saw my daughter's mother, I saw my mom. Man, I saw me as a shorty. I saw a lot of things in that, maybe like what, 3 to 5 seconds while in midair before impact. And that's, you know, if you have nothing, you think, if you think you have nothing to live for those of us that don't have any offsprings or anything like that, any children, live for yourself. Live for your fellow man, your brothers and your sisters. Live to live. All right, before I let y'all go, I was watching this podcast about a guy who's pretty much, I don't want to say dedicated. Dedicated is the wrong word, but basically self-euthanasia. Basically assisted suicide. Like he's he's going around, and maybe that's the wrong term too, but he's doing different speeches and talks about him wanting to unalive himself because of his a lot of things, his sexual orientation, basically the way society beats up on him. And the guy that was interviewing him was like, well, don't you think that what, if you think your life is pretty much not even worth living anymore, he asked him, don't you think what you're doing right now is making a difference in other people's lives, and maybe that is your purpose, and that's why you are here, to not I'm tired of saying that word, to not off yourself, to not murk yourself. And it kind of made him think a little bit, and he really he had an answer, but he wasn't prepared for that question, I'll tell you that much. And so, even with, I don't know what my purpose is, y'all. I don't know what our purpose is. I'm not sure if we're even supposed to know. But every day I'm gonna live it to the fullest. I'm not gonna live it like it's my last. I'm not gonna do that, but I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna smile. I'm gonna make other people smile and laugh. To me, that's what living is all about. But day 47, April 20th. Happy 420, y'all. Do what you do. Do what you do. Do what you do. But I love y'all. Thank y'all for everything. Day one me's on all platforms. Y'all don't be going to my YouTube. It's cool. It's cool. I don't, it's no love lost. Whatever. But nah, I love y'all seriously. Thank y'all for everything, and see y'all next time.